What were some of the challenges you saw in the secondary on Sunday, some of the breakdowns?
Yeah, I think it's most of our problems is nothing structural. It's just fundamental stuff. I mean, we got to tackle, we got to get off blocks, we got to communicate, and we've been saying this for 5 weeks now, so it's time to start actually doing it, and just not coming up here and just saying it.
Kyle, how important is it to kind of get those explosive contained when you have a guy like Jayden Daniels who's thrown some really nice go balls this year?
Yeah, no, especially against somebody like him and the team and what they've been able to do up until now. But I mean, I feel like we've had plays like that in every game, and it's just a matter of us decreasing those plays happening. Because I feel like other than that, we're having pretty good games. And, it's up to us on the back end to get that fixed and go out there and play a complete game.
There aren't many quarterbacks that truly have a similar skill set to Lamar. Obviously, he's much younger and not as polished as Lamar is with it. But does that help you, having you see it a lot in practice and know really what it looks like on the field versus guys that, like Lamar's 21-1 against the NFC, they don't see him as much. So is that kind of real to help get ready?
Yeah, I think so. Going against somebody like that, we don't go against them as much during the season, obviously, but during camp and stuff like that prepares us for the mobile quarterbacks in the league. And Jayden's done super well so far, and not even just with his legs, he's done great with his arm and completes the ball at a high rate, throws it downfield really well, and receivers are playing well. Backs are running hard, and it's another challenge for us to come in as a defense and get our job done.
The way you guys closed up this past week and made some very critical stops down the stretch, does that sort of show you guys like, hey, we've got it in us to make these kinds of plays? It's just got to make it more consistent. What's the dynamic there?
Yeah, definitely just consistency. We gave up 38 points, and the offense did everything in their power to get us to win that game. Obviously, Marlon had a big pick at the end, but other than that, I don't really know how much the defense did for us to win that game. So it's up to us to go back to the drawing board, see what we did wrong, and it's only week 6 right now, so we still got a long way to go to be able to fix this thing, and hopefully at the end of the year it all comes together. But yeah, I think there are some bright spots, but it's just got to be doing that more often.
Kyle, you're kind of, I guess, really honest, like just like your expectations of what you want this defense to be in the secondary. Is that stuff kind of a talking point this week?
Yeah, I feel like it always is. There's always a standard that we believe we need to meet and then exceed. And, we always talk about the season's a bunch of highs and lows, but just steadily progressing. And I feel like we've, at least as a secondary, just being as blunt as possible, we kind of plateaued in our getting better throughout the season. And I feel like we've had good weeks with like Buffalo, and we have a bad week like last week, and it's up to us to fix that and go into this week and try to right that wrong against a good offense.
After you're watching that second touchdown pass to Isaiah Likely that Lamar had, what's your guys' reaction on the sideline, and what do you guys think to each other?
I was actually thinking about this the other day, but I feel like it's kind of, we're almost numb to it at this point. Like, we were just on the sideline like, all right, sweet, like, we got a touchdown. At least that's how I felt, because I feel like I've seen it so many times now. But, I think I won't really be able to appreciate it until, like, I don't know, Lamar retires or something, and they make, like, a big highlight of his whole career. I'm like, damn, this dude was doing stuff, like, literally no one has ever done before. And I don't know, it's demoralizing as a defense to go against that, I'm sure. I'm glad he's on my team and I don't have to deal with it. But, I mean, it's just stuff like that. Like, he's making spectacular plays to win us the game and keep us in the game. And it's awesome to see from a perspective being on his team. But at the same time, I feel like almost like he shouldn't even be in the position to where he has to do that, to where we need to win the game. Like, I feel like defense should have given him a cushion, especially with how well the offense is playing. It's up to us to make that game not as close as it was. And but yeah, he's an incredible player, and I'm glad he's on the team.
Kyle, I know you just said you don't have to worry about it, but if you would entertain the hypothetical one-on-one, who would you rather tackle, Lamar or Derek?
I don't have a problem tackling either of them, to be honest. Probably Lamar. Well, which would I rather want to tackle?
Yeah, who would you rather be matched up with to have to
Probably Lamar, because I never get to touch him. So I just want to hit Lamar like one time. But that probably won't happen. Or if it does, I probably won't be here anymore. But yeah, Lamar. probably.
Kyle, I know he just got here, but for the organization to bring in Dean Pease, he was Zach Orr's defensive coordinator. What's that say about, I guess you guys leaving no stone unturned to try to get better, more consistent as a defense?
Yeah, I know. We're kind of confronting everything right now, and I think that's a great part of our organization and our defense. There's no egos, and Zio could have easily just been like, no, I'm going to fix it, or we're going to fix it in-house, but I think to be humble enough and be willing to bring somebody in who knows what they're doing. And when Dean was with the Falcons on my top 30 visit, I was talking to him for a good bit, and you got to pick my brain, got to pick his brain, and we were just talking for a good while. He's a great guy, knows ball, so it's good to have him here. And it's just another set of eyes. It's not like he's going to come in and start calling the defense, but somebody who's seen a lot of ball and just helps us out a little bit.
Kyle, I know he hasn't been here for too long, but has he introduced himself to other guys who might not know DPs as DPs, and has he kind of been with you guys today, talked at all during meetings or practice or anything like that?
Yeah, in the defense room today, he introduced himself, and a lot of guys like Marlon. I think he was Marlon's DC for a little bit. I'm not sure.
1 year,
but
yeah.
1 year. Older guys in the room know who he is and been around him. But yeah, introduced himself today. I'm sure he's gonna have a good impact on what we're doing here.
Hey, Kyle, the Commanders are not a team you see that often outside of the preseason, but obviously they're local, teams, so there's kind of a regional rivalry there. What's your take on on that aspect of this game?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool for the fans, and obviously we play AFC North games, and it's like we play these guys every year, twice a year, so that kind of takes up all our energy when it comes to rivalry stuff. But I guess there's kind of a what's it called, like the Beltway or something like that. Yeah, the Beltway rivalry. I don't know if it's a trophy or something.
Battle
like that. Battle of Beltway?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'll happen on Sunday. And it'd be cool to, I guess, I know some people that are DC fans and have some bragging rights against them. But, yeah, I guess it's kind of the brotherly rivalry. I don't know, maybe Philly a little bit, but I feel like it's going to be pretty cool to have whole region kind of focus on one game.
Dominique Foxworth had talked about back when he was here as a Raven, they would go out like in DC and the other, and Washington players there, and they would be at the same club hanging out, and it's like you couldn't lose that game because of that. Is there any of that mixing at all anymore? Or do you?
A little bit, yeah. I've bumped into a few guys down there. I don't think there's too much. I mean, I guess we haven't played, so. But we played in preseason and they broke our streak, so I guess we might be a little mad about that. But other than that, no, not really.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
Appreciate it.